Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Wordkind. My name is Abby Smith and the aim of this channel is just to educate people about stammering, what it is and how it can affect people. And today I wanted to make a slightly shorter video than my last one, where I just want to talk about how someone can find support with their stammering, which I think is a very important topic, and I think it's very important for people to know, especially if they feel like they may be struggling. I just wanted to let people know that if they are struggling, there are resources out there, there are people you can turn to. And I know it can feel quite alienating, so I just wanted to let people know that there are ways to combat it and there are ways to help. So first of all, I just wanted to talk a bit about my experience stammering and how I got help. And obviously each experience is unique, but this is just my experience with it. So my stammer came on later in life than usual stammers. Normally stammers start when you're a young child and then you don't grow out of them as you get older. But my stammer came on when I was about 11, 12, 13, which is quite late. And so to a lot of my friends, it was quite a shock to see that I just randomly started stammering, when really it was brought on by quite a few mental challenges I was going through at the time. So because my stammer came on later in life, I think it was harder for people to adapt to seeing me stammer, rather than it always being a thing from when I was a child. If I saw family members for the first time in a few years, they'd think, why is she talking like that? Like she never used to. But for me it really was a challenge to sort of overcome that mental block, because I was really scared to talk for a long period of time. I was a very quiet person throughout secondary school, because I thought a lot of the time it's better to just keep quiet than stammer, which is so not true. I've 100% grown out of that now and I've got help, which is why I think it's so important that other people get help. So I was getting to the point where I was quite an outgoing child, and then I lost all of my confidence. I was so quiet. And that's when I went and spoke to some counselling people at my secondary school. And I spoke to them and I just said that I don't feel comfortable talking and I really would like some help. So they contacted my parents and we all had all these meetings. And then in the end, they referred me to a speech therapy group, which is literally one of the best things I've done in my life. It's rather than one-on-one therapy where they teach you how to help your stammer or how to sort of prevent it. It's a group of people who stammer who can come together and they can work on their speech and they can just be people who stammer without being judged, which I think was so important to me. And it's something that I would like to look into again, not because I'm struggling so much anymore, but just because it's just such a nice community of people who will 100% understand when a lot of people in the outside world don't. So I think that my advice for if you stammer and you want some support is to just, I know it's easier said than done, but just really try and talk to someone. If you're still at secondary school, there's always going to be people around you who can support you. Every single school will have counsellors, and even if you just go and talk to your teacher and you're like, can you contact someone for me? I think it's so important to just make that first step. And I 100% understand how much of a challenge that is. But you could write an email, you could go and see them in real life, you can sort of talk through someone else. Taking that first step and contacting that person is 100% the right route, and then they can pretty much take over from there. If you have left education, then I guess it is a little bit harder to find support. But there's so many different resources online, and in pretty much every local area there'll be groups and people who can talk to you. And it is an issue for your GP if you don't know anyone else. You can go there and talk about your mental health, and you can talk about your stammer and that you'd like some support for it, and they can refer you elsewhere, which I think a lot of people don't realise, because they think that going to the doctor is just for something physical, whereas they can help you with anything. And I think it's quite important that you do go and talk, because if it's really affecting you, then especially if you're older and you're not in school with the constant support around you, it can get overwhelming. And then if you're in any other situation, such as in work or elsewhere, then I will be linking a few resources in the description of this video, so please feel free to check them out. And these websites range from just news articles about breathing techniques or other people's stories that could be useful to read, to places where you can call numbers to help with support, or you can access online resources. I just think that getting support is so important if you feel that you need it, and it can really help with your mental health in the long term. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know this video was quite a bit shorter than my last one, but I just wanted to keep it brief. So yeah, if you require any help, then please just check out all the links I've got in my description, and I hope to see you next time.